Secretary and I did meet President-elect Trump just a few weeks ago for dinner for about a couple of hours, and we discussed.
Who are you with? Who are you with?
GB News in the UK.
Okay, good.
But would you rather Nigel Farage would have had a bigger role?
Well, I think Nigel is great. I mean, I've known him for a long time. He had a great election, too. Picked up a lot of seats, more seats than he was allowed to have, actually. They acknowledge that he won, but for some reason you have a very strange system over there.
Illegal crossings into the UK are at an all-time high. Public resources are stretched to the breaking point. The very fabric of British society is under threat. These aren't just talking points. They're the harsh realities facing the UK today. But when Keir Starmer was confronted with these issues by Donald Trump on live TV, something unexpected happened. The Labour leader's reaction has sent shockwaves through the political establishment. So, what went wrong? And more importantly, what happens next? As the debate unfolded, Starmer's confident demeanor began to crumble. Trump, known for his brash style, caught the Labour leader off guard with an unexpected focus on the UK's border crisis. The former US president unleashed a barrage of statistics that painted a grim picture of a nation overwhelmed by unchecked immigration. Over 1 million migrants in recent years, Trump boomed, his voice echoing through the studio. And what's Starmer's plan? More of the same. The numbers were staggering, and Starmer's face visibly paled as the magnitude of the crisis became apparent.
Voting Keir Starmer, the UK Premier.
Yes, he's coming tonight.
What do you think of him? Some of his colleagues in government are quite critical of you.
Well, I'm going to see him in about an hour, so I have to be nice, right? It's very early, but he's popular, and I'll be seeing him, and I'll send you regards.
But Trump wasn't done. He pressed on, highlighting the strain on housing, healthcare, and public services. Hospitals on the brink of collapse, thousands left homeless, schools bursting at the seams, he rattled off, each point landing like a blow to Starmer's carefully crafted image. The ripple effects of this immigration surge were laid bare for all to see. Experts chimed in, warning of long-term consequences that could reshape British society. One analyst likened the situation to a ticking time bomb, ready to explode if left unaddressed. As Trump's critique gained momentum, Starmer seemed to shrink in his seat. How would he respond to these hard truths? The Labour leader, known for his measured approach, now faced a moment that could define his political future. The atmosphere in the studio grew tense as Trump's words resonated with growing public concerns. Social media exploded with commentary, many echoing the sentiment that the UK's immigration policy was more focused on optics than real solutions. Nigel Farage, never one to miss an opportunity, joined the fray. Ignoring this crisis now means facing catastrophic consequences later, he warned, his voice dripping with urgency. We need action, not empty promises. Trump's unexpected focus on UK issues had struck a nerve. The immigration debate, long simmering beneath the surface of British politics, was now boiling over on live TV. Starmer, caught in the crosshairs, seemed ill-prepared for the onslaught. As the dust settled, one thing became clear. Trump's critique had exposed deep-rooted issues that transcended party lines. The UK's immigration crisis wasn't just about numbers. It was about the very identity and future of the nation. But numbers aren't everything. As the debate raged on, a more profound question emerged. What about the human cost of this crisis? The real impact on communities, on families, on the fabric of British society itself? Starmer's response to these concerns would be crucial and potentially career-defining. As the spotlight turned to Starmer, the Labour leader's carefully crafted image began to crack under the weight of Trump's accusations. Attempting to counter with prepared talking points, Starmer's response felt rehearsed and hollow. I think that breaking up the gangs that are running the trade is an effective deterrent, he stammered, his words falling flat in the face of Trump's aggressive critique. The tension in the studio was palpable as Trump pressed for concrete solutions. Starmer's body language betrayed his discomfort, fidgeting in his seat, unable to maintain eye contact. it was a far cry from the confident demeanor he usually projected. As the pressure mounted, Starmer's tone wavered, his responses becoming increasingly defensive and incoherent. Social media exploded with real-time commentary. Viewers at home sensed blood in the water, and the Twitter sphere lit up with criticism. "Is this really the best Labour has to offer?" one user quipped. Another chimed in, "Starmer's looking more like a deer in headlights than a future PM." The public's frustration with Starmer's handling of immigration was on full display, and it wasn't pretty. As the debate raged on, a question hung in the air. Would Starmer recover or continue to flounder? The answer came swiftly and mercilessly. When pressed on the record-high illegal crossings, Starmer struggled to articulate a clear plan. His facade crumbled as he fumbled through vague promises and half-formed ideas. The aftermath was immediate and brutal. Labour Party members expressed concern over Starmer's performance, with some calling for a re-evaluation of their immigration strategy. The internal dissent reflected broader anxieties about Labour's direction under his leadership. One party insider whispered, "If he can't handle Trump, how's he going to handle Putin?" Experts in crisis communication were quick to point out Starmer's lack of assertiveness and clarity. His approach contrasted sharply with Trump's direct style, which resonated more with the audience and highlighted Starmer's weaknesses. It was a masterclass in how not to handle a political ambush. As the dust settled, one thing became clear: the political landscape had been forever changed. Starmer's stumble had exposed deep-rooted issues in UK immigration policy that transcended political parties. The debate had raised uncomfortable questions about Labour's readiness to govern and Starmer's fitness to lead. In the court of public opinion, Starmer had been found wanting, and the consequences could be far-reaching indeed. The debate between Starmer and Trump has laid bare the deep-rooted issues plaguing UK immigration policy. It's not just about Labour or the Conservatives anymore. This crisis cuts across party lines, exposing the inadequacies of the entire political establishment. Starmer's fumbling performance has raised serious questions about Labour's readiness to govern. Can they truly handle the complexities of modern Britain? As the dust settles, the future of UK politics hangs in the balance. Voters are left grappling with complex issues that defy simple solutions. The growing discourse around immigration reform, as highlighted by figures like Nigel Farage, is gaining traction. There's a palpable sense that the public's patience is wearing thin. This debate wasn't just a political spectacle, it was a wake-up call. The UK stands at a crossroads, forced to confront uncomfortable truths about its identity and future. Will leaders step up with real solutions, or will they continue to offer empty platitudes? The answer to that question may well shape the nation for generations to come.